I'm Emma, this is the Alpha Sessions, and I'm here with The Caress.
The Caress.
The Caress,
Indeed.
there you go.
Hello.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yep, I'm Tom.
I'm Ben.
I'm Sam.
And we're The Caress.
That's all.
So, how did it all start?
We're three brothers, so we were essentially just living in the same house and started listening to music, and I started learning the guitar and the other two felt left out. So, so I'm the original. So
Yeah.
So then we kind of writing songs and playing in a band and stuff became just what we did, and our new kind of band is called The Caress, and we're just trying to gig in London and write songs and get on that trajectory. Yeah.
So have you always been musical, the three of you?
We've always been into music.
Yeah, I think there was a big kind of shift in us kind of getting into music about when me and Ben kind of shared a room at home, and we used to have it was just about 2003, 2004-ish, and some guitar bands came out, like Franz Ferdinand and the Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that, and the Libertines, and we just became absolutely infatuated. We absolutely fell in love with, first of all, guitar music, and then through that we've got into all kinds of music. Like what we listen to at the moment is mainly it spans from stuff from the 50s, Phil Spector's Wall of Sound stuff in the 60s, guitar bands from the 80s like Orange Juice and the Smiths, and it's just so much. We listen to so much and hope that it kind of comes through in the tunes. Sorry, that wasn't what you asked, was it?
No.
I've forgotten what the question was. I've gone on a complete tangent.
I think what Tom's trying to say is that we like music, and we always have liked music, and we listen to a lot of music.
But sorry,
being musically
but we didn't.
interested
Sorry,
is really part of our genetics.
So what I was trying to say was that as children up to the age of about 13, didn't particularly have that much of interest in music. Those bands came along, and now we love music. Is that all right? Sorry, I went completely off.
Too used to writing 10,000 word dissertations.
Exactly, yeah.
As soon as someone says music, you just go
go off. Yeah. Sorry, probably answered like 10 questions in that one.
Interview done. There you go. Bye. Drop the mic.
Go. Sorry.
So how does the writing process work with you guys? Obviously, living in the same house, I imagine you get a lot done.
Yeah.
Is there a way that it happens? Is there one of you that does certain bits, the other one that always does other bits? How does that work?
In recent years, especially with this the Caress that we started in December, so like almost a year, we've mainly started the writing process with me and Tom and an acoustic guitar in a room. We'll record it on our phone, the melody and all the rest of it, and then we'll take it to the home demo stage where we basically have, like a music software, put some electronic drums down and start sort of, putting in the bass, putting in the guitar, trying to sort of form the song, and then we'll put it to the rest of the band. So it's usually like I make all the music for the home demos, Tom sings on top of it, we give it to Sam, he goes, yeah, like it, don't like it, whatever, and then we take it to the rehearsal room, have a go at it, and that's where basically most of the songs get cut, because if we can't sort of emulate it and do it live, or it doesn't have the same sort of vibe, then we just won't have it, and then we take it to the studio. So it mainly starts with sort of
ideas.
a ditty on the acoustic guitar.
Have there ever been ideas that you guys have thought of and Sam's come along and go, "Nah, it's not happening"?
all the time. Yeah. You wouldn't be hearing this.
Oh yeah,
we've got about 4 unreleased albums of stuff that's sort of the lost years. The lost Caress years.
The Lost by Sam years.
Lost by Sam
years.
No, it's actually more more me and Tom than Sam. I mean, Sam's got a really good musical ear, and he won't say like, oh, it's fine. He'll always come in with something. Yeah. But it's mainly Tom and me go, no, it's not right. I don't like it. It's like, okay.
So would you say you two are the perfectionists?
Yeah, I'd say.
A lot of songs like don't manage to get through the net. So we've got 15 at the moment, and there should be a lot more.
I can't imagine what it's like for a band of 5-piece or a 6-piece if they have the same process as us, where does it go through you? Like if it doesn't go through everyone, then it's not worth it, because we only have three sort of
we might just be
hurdles to get through.
We might just be overthinking it slightly.
Oh, completely. We completely overthinking it. But it's usually.
But yeah.
I'd like to say that it's distributed evenly between all of us.
Yeah, and they come out all right in the end. We think.
Yeah.
Probably.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope
Sorry
so.
for us to say, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I know.
No, not really.
But yeah.
So where do you think you get the inspiration for your music from? Tom, you touched on this slightly.
Sorry.
If we refer back to Tom's earlier essay.
Yeah. Because I was listening to, it's funny that you say that it used to be very Arctic Monkeys-esque
Yeah.
in your previous bands, and now
Yeah.
suddenly you've not dropped that by the wayside, but made it a little bit less focused on that and
Yeah.
more kind of 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Because when I first heard one of your songs that we made Tune of the Day, I
Mhm.
thought, that's very Arctic Monkeys-esque.
Yeah. See,
Well-
I think the thing is that we obviously had a sort of different projects before the Caress,
Yeah.
and obviously we were a lot younger and more influenced by the bands that we were listening to and were coming out at the time, that we read about in the music magazines and wanted to see live and stuff. And that was mainly the sort of explosion of indie music in the mid 2000s. So Arctic Monkeys and
The kind of garage rock bands,
garage rock
Interpol
bands
and
stuff like that. But in terms of writing, we sort of looked back at our stuff that we'd made a couple of years ago and decided that lots of bands come out that sound like the Arctic Monkeys, and it's a really hard thing to not sound like the Arctic Monkeys because they've completely
Especially when-
like swamped the whole
Yeah.
indie scene. because they're just so
Especially when you're kids
influential.
and the Arctic Monkeys albums come out and you go, I want to write songs like that, and that's where we started. We started writing songs that sounded exactly like the Arctic Monkeys, and they were like just awful parodies of a
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
and
exactly.
then you know, you get to kind of the age we are now, and we've listened to so much back in time that Arctic Monkeys element in it is probably going to come out because
It'll never go away
because that's
because
how we
it's-
learn. But
yeah.
like now we just like to listen
Is
to
it a
more
conscious
varied
thing,
stuff.
though?
It'll be
I
subconscious
think it's
completely.
subconscious
Yeah,
because
it would be.
we probably nowadays we probably try and the most sound like not like the Arctic Monkeys at all. So we
Yeah.
actually go out of our way to sound unlike them.
Yeah.
Um,
Or we'll discover a new thing from like the 70s or
But
the
at-
60s or something. We'll go, I'd rather sound like
But at
that.
the same time, like obviously we've done a lot of research on the Arctic. You know, we like them a lot, but they have influences that are like our influences now. So 60s doo-wop and you know indie bands, because it's a sort of it's a long
Large.
dynasty of indie bands. So yeah, I mean we try and not sound like them, and
We fail.
we obviously we don't do a great job. Yeah.
It's not a bad thing though, they're a good band.
And you recently made a video for Why Don't We Take a Walk by the Sea?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That
Yeah, we were really pleased with how that came out, and we had a really fun time doing it because we did it all off our own back, and we didn't, you know, we managed to meet some absolutely brilliant people
Yeah.
who managed to help us out with it, and we had one guy who we met, who was our friend that we met in the last couple of years, and he was the director. He brought his friend who he met at film college,
Film
who
school,
was the director of
The
photography.
yeah.
And then we had two friends, one of which used to be Ben's flatmate, and another which Ben met when he used to do some modelling, and this guy used to model as well. So they met through that, and he's actually kind of quite an up and coming young actor, and he's going to be
He's
in the
doing
new
alright, yeah.
the new Morrissey biopic or something.
Oh,
And
wow.
he's going to be Johnny Marr or something in that.
Yeah.
So anyway, they really thought they were good. They're lovely guys, and they were good people to get on board. And we just had this idea that we'd kind of make a kind of wistful, romantic kind of video by a south coast seaside
Anonymous British seaside.
and then
yeah.
the idea was it to be kind of really grey and rubbish and be an awful day and just kind of just kind of be a bit kind of like what we think the song is, which is kind of wistful and romantic, but also kind of has that kind of level of
greyness.
greyness and just kind of a bit like you know that feeling of kind of feeling a bit rubbish.
It was the first time that we'd ever done a music video off our own back, and it was obviously really, really tiring. Like we started the day about 4 a.m. and got back about 1 a.m. Like going down to Hastings where we shot it.
And our actors were really, really cold and tired.
Cold and tired because
Yeah.
we shot it in April, and it was it was an amazing day. Like it was beautiful, but it was also really, really cold.
Yeah, they were on camera with a denim jacket and a shirt, and we're off camera with like 4 scarves,
With
3 hats, just shivering.
We're back in like some sort of pavilion type
We-
thing.
we
They're on
booked
the
ourselves.
seafront, and we're sitting there. Yeah, it looks great, mate. It looks really good. It looks really good. More tea, Tom?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Give
We have the
ourselves
cheek to
more.
give them
Yeah.
acting tips while they're freezing.
But I
do that differently. That's not that good.
The best thing about that was we obviously went down there with an idea and everything, and then Ardy, who was the director, we met him down in Hastings, and he sort of went, "Oh guys, I've got a Super 8 camera," and we're like, "Okay." He's like, "Basically, we're going to shoot it on this now." He's like, "Wicked, okay."
And
So
yeah,
it's added another
bit of the video that we just
it's
absolutely
added
love.
another
It's just
reel.
a kind of it's got that kind of, you know, what was it, kind of that arty indie film kind of romantic.
that thing that we don't really do. You know,
Yeah.
being
Was
like-
that intended or not?
We wanted it to come out like that, but
But it was-
then we didn't know
It
how
wasn't-
they
it
do
wasn't-
that.
It wasn't intended because we didn't think that far ahead.
No,
No,
but Ardy got it.
He found
got
it,
it straight
got
away,
it, and
yeah.
then was like, "Yeah." So we're the most proud of it. I think it's the best thing I've ever done. I'm not even in it. I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, we're
But
very
it's,
happy with
it's,
it,
It's
yeah.
beautiful, and it's just it was. We had a video screening of it with all our friends at a flat. And it was the most beautiful night. It was just amazing. Everyone coming together and helping.
And
each
like, we had about kind of 15 people in the room, and almost everyone had a part in making it.
Yeah.
So we managed to just kind of spend very, very little money, almost no money, just through the help of arty friends, creative friends, and I thought that was kind of
So it was
Really
a
nice.
really
it was
nice
lovely,
thing. Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was nice. Let's go away for the weekend. Get away from city drudgery. Let's go away for the weekend. Get away from my Milan. Why don't we take a walk by the sea? Take a walk by the sea. Let's go away for the weekend. Escape from the skyscraper. Hop on the train, get away from the city. So just Starbucks and luxury flats anyway. Why don't we take a walk by the sea? Take a walk by the sea. Why don't we take a walk by the sea? Take a walk by the sea. I just want to get away from it all. I just want to get away from it all.
The Alpha Sessions.
The idea of the video, like the actual storyboard of the video, came from the artwork that we got from a friend of mine called Katie.
Yeah, again, there's another person we know who's just a creative and helps us out, which is another beautiful part of
She made this amazing artwork of two guys sitting on a seaside, sort of slightly
draped over
each other. They intertwined, they're romantically linked, doesn't matter, whatever. And she gave us this artwork, and we went, right, let's do this as a music video. So we had a sort of idea. And when I saw the final edit, it was like, this surpasses any idea that I've ever had. I thought it was going to be good and nice and fun or whatever, but actually it was perfect. It was more than perfect. It was, it was a bit weird, actually. It was actually quite like, you've got more into my psyche than I could get into my psyche. It's really weird. Yeah.
And we can obviously check that out on YouTube.
Yes.
So if
please.
you've just tuned in and you're wondering what on earth we're talking about, it's basically the excellent new music video for these guys is Why Can't We Take a Walk by the Sea?
Why don't we take a walk by the sea? Yes.
Yeah, sorry, why don't we? I'm not doing
so
very well.
sorry.
It's
I'm
fine.
so
It's fine.
sorry.
It's the trouble with long titles.
I know,
Yeah.
we could have picked C.
To be fair,
but we
Why
didn't.
Don't We Take a Walk by the Sea sounds a lot better than Why Can't We Take a Walk by the Sea.
It's more like a moan. Why can't we do that?
Why don't you don't do this
listen to
anymore?
me.
When's the last time we went to the sea? Just the two of us. You don't love me anymore. Sorry.
That's a different.
That's just happened in my life.
You've been endorsed by some really credible radio presenters, particularly Six Music.
Yeah.
Tell us that story, because that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Endorsed is a strong word. I think you just
I like being endorsed. So what we did was
Put it on the press release.
Yeah, why not?
we basically packaged up our press release, which is the press release and the photos and a little CD of this EP that we put out, and a nice little postcard which has like some artwork on it, and it's
by the same girl.
by Katie, and then we wrote on the back, we sent it to people at Six Music, said, hi, we really love your show, avid listeners, if you any appreciate feedback would be appreciated.
Just,
stuff like
just
that.
knowing that it was a complete on a limb and like nobody ever gets back to you, those kind of stuff.
So
like
we just sent it off, and then about a month later, maybe a bit longer, a month and a half, I was typing in the caress on Google or something, because I'm very, very, very arrogant, and it came up with BBC Six Music Find Your Track, and I went, all right. Went on there, and it turns out that Steve Lamacq and Gideon Coe had both played Why Don't We Take a Walk by the Sea on their show and not told us about it, and sort of forgot to tell us. And then I put up a link on our Facebook site saying, guys, go and check out, we got a play off Six Music, which is like amazing because we love Six Music, and like sort of saying, have a listen. You can't, because it's out of date now. So
we didn't.
It was there.
We forgot.
I promise. Yeah. So it was really good to have their backing endorsed is such a sort of strong word, but like to have them listen and like
it got through the cracks.
Approval.
It got through the cracks.
Yeah.
Got through the cracks.
Exactly. It definitely fell
But yeah,
out of
hopefully-
someone's basket. What's this? That sort of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully more, like we want to try and get on radio
Yeah,
and
man.
get in contact with some people in the industry, because we kind of want to take our tunes as far as they can go, really. So we just want to see what happens.
What's the furthest you'd like to take them?
Well, we very realistically
just over there.
we
The other side of the
Just to the other side.
yeah. We very realistically, obviously, me and Ben, Sam's at school at the moment, and we both do 9-to-5 jobs. Like generally, the dream is just to be able to get paid to do music, which is kind of, 10, 20 years ago, people had these kind of dreams of being a rock star and just kind of these kind of dreams of excess and hedonism and stuff. But we just want to be able to live off of making our songs and playing them live, which is kind of. We said that to somebody the other day, and they said that it's a bit negative in it. Don't you want to headline Glastonbury or something? And we were just like, literally, I would, that would be nice, but I would genuinely do the job I'm doing for like if I could do it like 2 days a week and do music all the other days. Like we just love doing it so much.
I think being
a
a big band is it's coming from a very uneducated standpoint, but it seems quite overrated. Like I'd rather just be able to make music with these guys and have people interested in it, and people who sort of feel something when they hear the music, because I'd like to think that it's quite emotive. It's not just sort of full chord rock and roll. It has got that sort of emotion to it, and I think people could connect with it.
The way that we connected with the bands that the music that we listen to,
exactly.
I think that we kind of not reflective, but we kind of you know,
We like to do that as well.
we try and kind of soak up all the music that we love, and we kind of get the same kind of like emotions that they try and get through. We try and put it out ourselves, and it would be really nice if kind of people got it. Really, that'd be really nice.
We know that they're out there because we're like that. Like, well,
Yeah.
I listen to Morrissey and I go, oh my god, this is so great. So we know that those type of people exist. So, you know, I think that's the aim, really.
Yeah, just get the
And
music to people, really,
Yeah.
and see what happens from there. Really, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
When people
Sophie?
say brothers and bands, I think something that comes up quite a lot is the Gallagher brothers.
Yep.
And obviously Oasis were awesome, and there was a form of negative split, almost, I
Yeah.
would call it. Do you ever worry as brothers that would be affected, that you guys might end up that way?
I don't think it's a massive worry because we're not really thinking about splitting up at the moment. I mean, we're not in a state where, you know, we live in a state of excess, and, you know, all we want to do at the moment is like make music, and
There's not a lot of pressure in order to
No.
kind of crumble under. Do you know
No,
what I mean?
exactly. Like, we don't have to make a great second record
Yeah.
because we haven't made a first record. You know, it's that sort of really nice space between pressure and, you know, having people know our music and also just creating it for ourselves. Having said that, I really pissed these guys off a lot because
You're a bit of a control
I'm a
freak.
control freak.
Yeah, but it's
So we do
it's
have
in a good
tiffs
way. But
now
I think
and
that's
then.
in terms of the kind of brother dynamic. Like we're in you know, a lot of people have families where like they don't get on with particular people in their family, and we just don't have that at all. We absolutely get on with each other like a house on fire. We're like best mates.
We're also
And,
we're 3 of 5 kids that
Oh,
our
wow.
mum and dad have, and we came from a very sort of like countrified background, so there wasn't like lots of friends about on the street, like playing on the street and stuff. It was just us in our house in
Exactly.
Kent.
So that's kind of where the
So
music
you had
came
to get
from.
along.
So we had to, we did have to get along, yeah. And
So yeah, so we and then
I think we do
we
quite
get on really well, and we very rarely argue at all. It's just when, as we said, those long studio sessions
Yeah.
when Ben wants me to sing a certain way, and I'm just like, I'm trying, I'm really trying.
It gets,
like, do you know what I
it
mean?
gets to a,
And
it gets to a
doesn't-
stage where we make up words. I say, Tom, no, that's wrong. It needs to be a bit more wibbly. Wibbly?
Yeah,
What's wibbly?
it needs
You
to
know,
be more
that's
square.
what-
It's like,
needs to
I
be
don't
more
know what you're
square.
talking about. Just make
You know,
some
it
sense.
needs to be more obtuse.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, on the whole, I think our aim is to just kind of, well, my aim personally is that we try and, you know, get this band kind of out on the road and stuff. And like we had a really nice experience last year where we had a mate who went up to uni in Sheffield, and he had access to a recording studio, and he said, why don't you just come up and do an EP? And we hired a car, drove up to Manchester, then we went to Sheffield, and just for a week, it was just us 3 in a car driving around the northern countryside, playing ridiculous disco, and then playing some Joy Division and stuff like that, and we just had a great time. And I think that's kind of what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
That's kind of the peak of the
I
dream.
I think
to be able to do that
once
professionally.
Once
would
you
be
be
pretty
able to get that, once you are able to do that professionally, that's when you'll see whether we can crumble or not. in answer to your
Yeah.
initial question.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Oh God, I
you
went
might-
off again.
You went off
so
again,
I'm
sorry.
so sorry.
Who would you say was the most badly behaved?
Probably you, actually. You're probably
I'd say I am a
Sam's
saint.
Sam's a colossal diva. You are if you don't get your.
I
Sam
would
is a bit of a
probably
diva.
agree with you. No,
But
I think I'm the voice of reason,
I
actually,
think
so.
I'm not very nice. So
No, you're. All
So, like,
I think we're all
Sam's a
pretty
bit
well
of a diva,
behaved.
yeah.
I think we're all well behaved with regards to the law.
yeah, no. What?
I wasn't referring to the law. I was
Well,
just saying
within the
generally.
context
Yeah,
of
who-
society.
Who do you
Yeah.
know? What do you know? Who told you?
We are on the right side of the law.
I bought them legally. I tell you, legally. I've got the papers. Yeah. No.
But you know, just from a much
No.
less
Yeah.
a less political
less political standpoint,
Yeah.
we're, you know, I think we're all fine. We're all fine.
We get by.
Sincerely. Oh yeah, sincerely. 'Cause I love you so dearly. Please say you'll be mine. Silly. Oh, you know how I love you. I'll do anything for you. Please say you'll be mine. Oh Lord, won't you tell me why I love that girlie so? She doesn't want me, but I'll never, 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 never let her go. Sincerely. Oh, you know how I love you. I'll do anything for you. Just say you'll be mine. Oh Lord, won't you tell me why I love that girlie so? She doesn't want me, but I'll never, 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 never let her go. Sincerely. Oh yeah, sincerely. 'Cause I love you so dearly. Please say you'll be mine.
The Alpha Sessions.
You can play anywhere in the world, and collaborate with anyone,
Ooh, good question.
and you could have any rider that you wanted.
Ooh.
Okay.
What would it be, and where, and with who?
Right, headline Reading. David Attenborough's backstage, so I can have a chat with him because
Yeah.
he's just my hero. Oh, we could bring him on actually. Well, to be honest, that's going to be a long way down the line. He'll probably be gone by then.
Just
sorry.
Tom's mind is going a mile a minute right now.
Sorry.
David
Reading.
Attenborough, Reading.
calm down, he needs
It's
to
like, Tom,
slow
this
You
isn't
clearly thought
gonna.
about this
So I
way
have,
too
yeah.
much.
But no, I think Reading Festival was really big for us because when we were like kids, we went there and just kind of found our music and stuff like that.
It
And we
was
saw
wicked,
all
yeah.
our favourite bands. So Reading would be kind of like full circle.
But-
Also, Brixton Academy would
Brixton
be full
Academy
circle
would
because
be good, yeah.
we've got this image of being able to play Brixton. They would just be amazing.
Yeah.
Some of our favourite bands are there. And collaborators, I love Edwyn Collins from Orange Juice. That would be amazing.
I would say.
Probably just someone that we loved when we were kids, kind of like some of Paul Banks
I
or
don't
someone,
know.
you know.
Interpol or Wild Beast for me.
Yeah, that'd be
I'd
cool.
love to collaborate with them. I'm sure Sam's like, what's your
Oh, I
collaboration?
don't know. All the people I want to collaborate are dead.
Yeah, that's kind of our issue with
I know that's
listening
really
to the 50s.
depressing, but that is true because I listen to all this old
Singers from
hat
the-
music.
Yeah.
Still.
But yeah, and then what was the...
In terms of rider, the thing is we've never really played a show where there's a rider or we get paid or anything
This
like
is
that.
fun.
We provide
So-
our own rider.
So
Maybe a couple of beers at the back.
I
or
think
something,
I
do
think
you know
my
what
rider would be Sean Ryder personally. Just have Sean Ryder. Oh, I mean,
Because that
and David
that
Attenborough
ticks
in a box.
that ticks questions 3 and 2.
Yes.
Sean.
Sean.
Sean Ryder, and they will also have him come on stage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to meet Sean Ryder, really. No.
No,
wow,
I was just
he's
making.
starting
I
to
was
make-
just
I know
making-
you're making a joke.
I was
What
just
has
making
Sean
a rider
Ryder ever
pun,
do to
so-
you?
What has he ever done to
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
Tom?
No, he might.
No,
I don't know.
he might be fine. I don't know.
He might be fine.
I don't know Sean Ryder personally.
I
I'm sure
think
he's great. I don't know.
I think a rider would consist of a couple of beers.
Yeah, a
That's
couple
it.
of beers.
Couple.
and some custard for
Look
Sam.
at Tom
Yeah,
directly now.
Tom.
No.
Tom's a function.
Custard?
Yeah, he loves custard.
Yeah,
Sam,
he loves custard.
What?
Sam has a
I mean,
really.
it's good that this is going out
Yeah,
to the
to the world.
somehow.
There's no way that I'm not going to be able to talk about custard when I talk about you, Sam. Like, Sam loves
I
custard.
do like custard.
And that's all there
I
is
like
to
custard
say.
more than I like life itself.
He does, he does.
He eats a lot of custard.
So I think that would have to be in the rider as well. So beers, Sean Ryder, and custard,
Custard.
in answer to your question.
Wow.
In that
okay.
order. In that order of well, no,
Priority.
Put it further up.
Sean Ryder in
Custard.
custard.
Yeah. Sean Ryder and custard.
Yeah.
Sean Ryder and custard.
Sean Ryder in custard.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to give these guys a show, take note.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be
You
weird
don't-
if we just
you don't
turned up
need to
and
have
that was there.
And we'll not accept anything less.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, yeah.
That'd be strange.
Yeah, it would be. Sorry.
Sorry.
Have you guys got any live stuff happening in the near future?
Yeah.
Or where can we come see?
We have a show at the Amersham Arms, which is our local venue in
Yeah.
New Cross, and that's on the 26th of November. And we're playing with This Feeling, which is like a really good promotion company, like production company.
Cool.
And they do some really good shows across the country. So we're doing one with them. And then the 12th of January at Off the Cuff, which is in Herne Hill, which is a wicked little bar.
Nice.
So we've got those two booked, and we're hoping to book some more soon. So, but those are the main ones for now.
Have you got an EP coming out?
We have a standalone single coming out, hopefully by the end of the month,
Amazing.
which is Animal Passion.
Okay.
And we are hoping to get some more stuff out next year, but we're in the process of mixing it. It's all recorded and it's all down. We just need to get it mixed and mastered and sort of sorted out. So the next thing is the standalone single, yeah.
Exciting. And that's when, sorry?
End of November.
End of
We don't know yet because
Amazing.
it's being mixed right now.
Don't hold us to that.
No, that's the thing. We had a few issues with mixing because of our the process where we record. We don't go into a studio and record and it comes out a day later. It's not like a photo machine.
And that's
you know
the
what I
way
mean?
you think it is when you're in a band. You think, oh, you just record a song and then it happens, but there's this lengthy process at which you have to mix it and master it and do all this stuff, and that's our kind of...
The other thing as well is because Tom and I, we work 9 to 5 jobs, we have to do that, and we haven't got that much time to focus on the music. So what we do is, the weekends we just go into this studio that we're lucky enough to use, which is a friend's, and just sort of do ridiculous hours in there, and like don't get any sleep or food or see sunlight for about 10 hours, and just smash it out. So it's taken a long time to get all these tracks down, and now it's just a case of mixing them. So
if we want to find out more about you, where can we go?
Facebook.com/The Caress, Twitter.com/The Caress. I know this off by heart. At The Caress, at The Caress Band, SoundCloud, Gmail. That's it.
Everything.
Everything. My number is
Instagram?
I said at The Caress. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, just The Caress, and if you type in The Caress, you'll find a really cool picture by Federico Koft, and then below that it's us, I think. Yeah. So that's where you'll find us.
Look at the picture.
Yeah, look at
the
the
picture.
Then come and find
The
out.
picture's wicked, so it's probably better than us. So I'd highly recommend.
Go look at that. Go look at that picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I'd type that in. Yeah.
Have a nice time.
Thank you so much for coming in.
No worries,
No
thank
worries.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry for the rant.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Thank
Wicked.
you.
When your better half said arrivederci, your life lost its Aphrodite. Google searching primal urges like Attenborough in the Serengeti. You crave an X-rated evening of animal passion. Before you're old, grey, and past your sell-by date, all you've got's your memories, a Merlin bedroom wizardry, and flashes of flesh and sorcery. You're on the lookout for a source pod, a right sword if ever you saw one. Right swipe, arthritis, and a splash of shyness. Never felt so low when you crave an X-rated evening of animal passion. Wouldn't it be great, a new flame, a total babe, a soulmate, or whatever comes your way today or whenever. is hers. Every voice you assume is hers. Every passing perfume is hers. Every voice you assume is hers. And you crave an X-rated